Hello and welcome to the channel again. I hope you are excited as much as I am because today in this video we will showcase a collaboration project between Montegrappa and Sailor, the 1939 Ammiraglio fountain pen. This collaboration project was born after a meeting took place in Hiroshima, Japan, and at that meeting both parties realized how many things they have in common and the fact they do share the same passion for making writing instruments. So they decided to collaborate and make a pen. Montegrappa decided to shape this pen after a model created by the grandfather of the current CEO, Giuseppe Aquila, and they took one of the vintage 1939 Ammiraglio fountain pens that they had in the company museum and decided to design this new pen after that. The new 1939 Ammiraglio was brought up to date by making it oversized, which is a current trend, but don't be fooled about that because it still keeps the vintage shape and all of the proportions. All of this are done to accommodate and complement one of the greatest nibs that you can have on a pen, the 18 karat gold Sailor nib, which a fresh look was given to it by choosing to laser engrave the entire surface of the nib, and all of this is done like everything else on this pen with great attention to details. Now I think it's time to have the unboxing experience and see this pen. The pen is presented in a very big and heavy box. On top of the lid we have stamped Montegrappa, Italy. We lift this lid and we get to the blue lacquered box, which has a mirror finish, and this shows how much attention to details went into every small aspect of this collection, including the box. This box sits covered in silk, so you will get the box scratch free. Now let's open the lid, and inside we have the pen itself. We have the ink bottle, and this is engraved with the same symbol that you will find on the cap finial. Now let's remove the pen tray and see what we find under it. And we have the booklet, and this contains information about the project and also the international warranty and care guide for the pen. Here we have a silver polishing cloth, and this is for the silver parts of the pen. Now let's move the box aside and concentrate on the pen. Montegrappa released the new 1939 Ammiraglio limited edition in 5 celluloids, and there are 80 pens for each of the 5 celluloids. The one we have today, which is this one right here, is called the glittering blue celluloid, and the rest of them are butterfly, malachite, turtle shell, and charcoal. The first 2 pens released are the glittering blue and the butterfly, and the rest of them are due to come one by one monthly depending on the color. For most of you, the shape of the pen may be not something that you can relate on, but is a very creative design and is different. That just blows my mind how much intricacy went into creating this pen, because this has all sorts of shapes, it's swooping, it's tapering, and now let's leave those and let's concentrate on the beauty of this celluloid. Now I'm not aware of other pens from Montegrappa that are released in this material, the glittering blue celluloid, but this material is just stunning. It has a sparkly dust inside it, and when the light catches this material, it just makes this pen a showstopper. Let's take the camera closer and feature the small details of the 1939 Ammiraglio. I'm going to start with the cap finial, which in this case is flat. On the finial we have the logo of the collection. Then we have the iconic silver clip from Montegrappa. This is relatively stiff but practical, and it will keep your pen really secure when it's clipped. Then we have the cap band, which is centered between two smaller silver rings, and this configuration only accentuates the cap band which is in the middle, and that cap band is engraved with a very beautiful floral motif identical to the vintage 1939 Ammiraglio. I'm going to try to focus and show you this motif. Then we have the beveled edge of the cap, and this makes the transition between the cap and the barrel very gentle. And it's not the first time that I've seen this kind of shape, but on this Montegrappa is more pronounced and makes the pen look really, really good. To uncap the pen, we use 2 complete turns, and then we are greeted by the aesthetic silver 18 karat gold nib. This is rhodium plated, laser engraved with the Montegrappa motif, and also the nib you can find engraved on it 2670VI, which is the Italian hallmark for precious metals. The digits correspond to the manufacturer, and the abbreviation represents the region of the manufacturer. Sailor marks their nibs on the left shoulder, and this is marked with HF, and that means this nib is a hard fine. Other nib sizes available are extra fine, fine medium, medium, broad, and zoom. Under the nib we have the standard sailor feed, which is made out of plastic, and it is adjusted to offer a very balanced ink flow. Section of the pen is made from black resin, and it's a nice contrast with the silver colors of the trims and the nib and the glittering blue celluloid. The shape of the section is flared near the nib right here, and this offers a very comfortable grip. Then we have no step-ups. We have a continuation from the section towards the barrel, and we have the threads of the cap, which are not sharp at all, and you can grip the pen above the threads or below them, and it feels very, very balanced no matter where you will grip the pen. The barrel of the pen features 2 silver rings, this one right here and this one, and we can say that these 2 rings marks the barrel in 3 areas. We have the section right here, we have the barrel right here, and we have the filling mechanism. In the middle of the barrel we have engraved Montegrappa, but between the words Monte and Grappa we have the silhouette of a mountain. And this is the old style logo of the Montegrappa, and this was engraved on the 1939 vintage Ammiraglio as well. Last but not least, we have the piston knob, and this starts at the same girth as the barrel, then runs tapered, ending up just like the cap finial with a flat surface. On the flat surface we have engraved the serial number of the pen. This pen features the Montegrappa trademark ratcheting piston filling mechanism, and this offers the user the same feedback as the winding motion of a mechanical watch. The movement of the piston is very gentle, making this pen a tactile treat to fill with ink and letting it loose on the paper. Now, speaking of that, let's see this sailor nib in action in a writing sample. But before that, the measurements. We have the pen uncapped and fully inked like this, measuring 130 millimeters and 33 grams, and completely inked and closed like this. We have the pen sitting at 144 millimeters and 47 grams. Now let's have a writing sample. Pen Montegrappa 1939 Ammiraglio. Nib 18 karat gold Sailor HF nib. Ink, we have Waterman Serenity Blue. The nib is performing very well. It has a hint of feedback, but it's just beautiful. Paper, we are on Tomoe River. '68 GSM. Now let's try a wetness test. And it's beautiful adjusted. I would say medium ink flow. It's not super wet, but considering how fine of a nib is, let's say it's medium towards wet. Now let's try something like a flex test. I don't advise you to try this, but there is a slight line variation. But the sailor nibs are known to be quite stiff. Now let's try something like a reverse. It will take the nib from a fine to an extra fine. Now let's do something like, for example, fast writing. Let's try some signatures. It's very, very beautiful, considering how small is the size of the line. This nib is quite smooth. I've even tried medium nibs that were not that smooth as this fine nib. So overall, it's a very well adjusted and balanced nib. I don't even know where to start with this pen, but I'm going to start saying first that this pen has to be one of the top 3 best pens released in 2019. And this is also proven by the fact that it's close to be sold out in all of the 5 silhouettes of the collection. The vintage shape and styling is very interesting, very beautiful, and the size of the pen makes it stand side by side with the oversized pens of our days. Writing experience with the Sailor nib, I don't even have words to describe that, but you could say that it is like therapy for a pen addict. When I put everything together, I realized this pen will become a timeless classic. And let me explain you why I think that. It has a unique shape, precious and beautiful material, celluloid, great attention to detail, quality, overall build, great writing nib, a Sailor 18 karat gold nib, limited edition, and the most important thing, let's not forget that this pen is merging the legacy of 2 of the greatest writing instruments makers, Montegrappa and Sailor. I think this is it. Thank you for spending this time with me reviewing the Montegrappa 1939 Ammiraglio. If you're interested in owning this particular pen, contact me via email or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Links for the social media accounts you will find down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're looking for a next writing instrument, head over to the Pen Venture website and check our stock. You will find the link for it down below. My name is Emmy, and I look forward to seeing you next video.